Today's version of the Snare Battle is truly a battle of snares, or perhaps I should say snare wires. Here we have two identical, or as close to identical as I can come up with, snare drums. These are both Ludwig Galaxies. The serial numbers are even reasonably close. They are both 5x14 drums, 8 lugs, a very common drum. It's in the Arcalite family. They have identical throws, butt plates, lugs, rims. Everything is the same on the two drums, and these two drums both have Ludwig heavy batter heads, and they have Aquarian resonant heads. I have tuned both of them to a setting of 90 every lug on my drum dial on top and 80 on the bottom, just like I do on all the Snare Battle videos. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to leave this drum as it is with the stock Ludwig snares, and then I'll do a series of little short clips, and we're going to try a variety of other snares on this drum. And I will note which snare is on the drum, play them quickly side by side. I'll stop the camera, switch snares, we'll go back and we'll do it again. And I think a lot of drummers often have varying opinions, let me put it that way, of how much impact snares actually have on a drum. And so I wanted to put that question to rest, at least for this model of snare, how much of a difference they really make. So let's start off with the stock Ludwig snares. I'll play them quickly, just give you a little sample. And again, I'll leave this drum with the factory Ludwig snares on it, and we'll run through a variety of different options on this drum. Let's get going. dozens of different types of snares, different materials, different windings, how many loops there are per inch, just almost a countless variety. I picked 5 different common. You can get them pretty easily. They're not exotics, they're not custom made, they're not, you know, gut or coated or any of the concert level snares. Those are basically 5 examples. The one conclusion that I hear, and I knew this before I started the video, but I wanted to do it side by side just to be sure. Ludwig, when they designed their snare system, which is relatively unchanged, that 16 strand common, they make them by the millions probably in a factory somewhere overseas, but anyway, they got it right. It's like the 1966 Mustang. They just got it right. And for this depth of snare, this type of show material, all the way up to the Black Beauties, it just works. And it's that perfect combination, if you ask me, of crispness yet depth. As you could hear, the more strands I added over here, the muddier things got. Now this drum naturally, no 2 drums ever sound the same. This drum naturally is a little darker than this one. I have no idea why. I've double checked the tension on the heads. All the heads are new. Everything's the same as far as I can tell. Just a wee bit. This one is a little darker. But the more strands I added, the muddier the snares got. Now sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's what you want. I'm not saying one's necessarily better than the other or appropriate or the right choice, but you could hear, I think pretty clearly, that this drum just got more rattle, more rattle, more rattle, and when you got above 30 strands, 30 or 42 strands, then you started hearing more snare than shell on this drum. The other thing that I knew before we started, and probably most drummers know, is the more strands you add to the reso head, the less it vibrates. There's more resistance against it, so the drier the snare becomes. And I think that's probably, I don't know, but I think that's probably, like, for example, John Bonham is said to have put 42 strand snare wires on the bottom of his Supraphonic. Probably to dry it out a little bit. Those drums ring pretty good, and or the tail as he called it. So anyway, I hope this video maybe cleared up some things in your mind. You can't go wrong with standard Ludwig snares. They just are right for the drums. There's a ton of varieties. I'm a big fan of the Pure Sound Equalizer. I like Gretsch 42 strands on a deeper drum. I have it on several of my 6.5 and 8-inch drums. The Tama snare wires are excellent. Pure Sound makes some great snare wires. There's tons of options out there available to you, but more strands just doesn't necessarily make the drum sound better. Anyway, I hope the video helped. All my best to you and yours. We'll see you the next time.